So I thought, well, maybe I just say yes and then say for a very short, just for 5 minutes or so, and then I must go, really. Okay. I went with them, and it was a villa, a big villa, and garden, and so. And she brought out some orangeade, I think, or something to drink. And as we were drinking, and maybe even talking or something, and I was with these children, he walks in. And of course, I immediately knew when I saw him. Who wouldn't know? But we knew what he looked like, and it was, oh my God Almighty! He comes in, and the children running, papi, papi, oh, kissing, and a normal thing. The father and child, children, absolutely no. You would never know that this is a henchman, the one that the fear of us all, And he said, oh, you have a friend? You have a friend? Or something like that. I'm Freundin? So they said, no, she was shopping, and we don't know her, something like that. The children, of course, I don't. So the mother said, yes, such a nice girl, she was shopping here. So we asked her to come and have a glass of orange. But her mother is not well, and so I said, yes, I must go, because my mother is very unwell, and she will be very worried. And he said, oh, come, sit down, and got me. So, just he sat down and shook my hand, but what's your name? So my name was always Lili. Lili was fine. So I said, my name is Lili. Oh, Lili, lovely girl, yes. I said, yes, thank you, but I really must go, and that was it. And I said goodbye to them, because, my mother will be worried that I left. I thought I never.
Did you ever see them again, the family,
No,
like in the shops?
No, I never went there. No. I did not. I didn't go to that shop, no. To see him walk in as if nothing, and these children running, papi, papi. And not many months before, there was a selection where we were all taken, the four of us, and then it was always between the Schutzpolizei, the Schupo, and the Gestapo. They disliked each other. So then the Schupo did something, then the Gestapo wanted to be the one to do it, and vice versa. And so the Schutzpolizei took us, and the Gestapo wasn't keen on, I don't know, the place or something, or it wasn't enough, whatever it was. And they said, Katzmann is coming, because he was very angry at Ulrich or whatever, because he did it without asking him whether to do this or take so many people or not. No idea. But anyway, Katzmann. So, we escaped while he was coming. My little brother and I, we managed to escape while he was coming there, to see whether these are the right people for what is needed or what. I have no idea. So it was suddenly to see a normal man walks in, and children running, and he is their father, and he kisses this one and kisses that one and kills us, and I'm standing next to him here by his knee, and I think, and my thoughts were that if he knew now, he would shoot me. And that's what I was thinking. If he knew, he would shoot me. On the spot, he would shoot me. That's what was my thought as I was standing by him.
Quite amazing that you kept a cool head in all those
situations. I don't know. I'm telling you that I don't know whether I'm probably not the only one. Probably other people feel the same way. That from one second to the next, what befell us would be impossible to get out of it today. We wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't have that that instinct, that something that I have no idea. But we were, at least I can talk about myself. I mean, we had a sixth sense, like a sixth sense. It had to be. It had to be. There was no other way out. I mean, when I escaped with my little brother, my mother said, they were doing left, right, and my mother was standing and saying, let me just see, why are they taking these people right? Why are we all right? Why are they? You have to take the child, shoot the child, and escape and run. I'm not going, I'm not leaving here. I said, no, I can't. She said, you have to take that child, you have to take Urish and run. And so while they were doing this left run, I took him and from it. And the one who was standing guard, I'm sure he saw us, but he turned away. I'm sure he saw us because it was not possible not to see. And we managed to get out. And we got out. This was in March, the March selection, big one. And I went immediately to somebody to try to get my parents out, to intervene, somebody to intervene for them. I went to Judenrat, to a man there, a lawyer who was a friend from Krakow, and they were also in Lviv. And I said, you've got to help, you've got to do something, my parents, He said, you go home to my wife, she's at home, you stay there and I'll do what I can. And he did. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, my parents came. He got them out. I don't know how, I can't remember. Not he himself, but he.
What about that time when you bumped into a guy when you were shopping again, who recognized Sepp in the photo?
No, it was the same way. I ran away. Because he recognized him from the photo which I was holding, taking my money out. The only time I was queuing, because there were about, I think, 2 or 3 people. One was already being served and 2 in front of me. So I thought, in this case, I won't go straight. 2 people are queue. I stood in this queue, and suddenly somebody gets me from the back and says, it's Seppi. Because I was already preparing to take my money out, not because of him. Preparing to get my money out, to get out as quickly as possible to pay when it's my turn, finished. And it was terrible, absolutely. I had no idea who it is at the back. And he obviously knows who I hold in my hands here. And he said, where are you? Where are you people? And then he comes around and says, my God, you're a big girl now. So I realized that this Sepp must have had a family and must have had a daughter. Who?
More or less your age.
More or less, yeah. Such a big girl now, he said. I said, yes. And he said, so where is your puppy? Where is he? So I said, he's on the Eastern Front. Oh, yeah. So who are you? Where is mommy? Where is your mom? I said, she's at home, but she's not very well, so I need to do a bit of shopping. Oh, but I want to see her. How are you? And I said, well, I'll tell you all about it, but I have to shop. And I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you outside while you shop. And so while he was shopping, I escaped. No idea who it was. No idea. Oh, it was terrible because he really knew him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I also wanted to ask you to tell me a little bit more about Max Cole. for whom your mom worked.
A wonderful man. He was Mini Schindler. Not so many, but like Schindler, did exactly the same sort of things. Protected the people who were working for him. He employed about 40 people in his factory, and he was a very well known pre-war and very well known
Tanner.
Tanner again, exactly. And he got prizes, world prizes, not just German, for his skills and everything, and he was a great expert in that field, known for it. And they brought him to Lvov. I think first of all he was somewhere else in Lublin or somewhere. No, in Białystok, somewhere before. And then they brought him to Lvov and wanted him to open a factory
In the
to
ghetto.
make in Lvov to make coats, his skins, to make coats for the Gestapo.
Famous black leather coats.
The famous coats. And his skins, he was well known that he was number one. His skins were beautiful and all that. So he said, well, all right. So we opened the factory. He said, yes, but I opened the factory in the ghetto. And I said, what, in the ghetto? Certainly not. So he said, no, then I won't open the factory. So they said, but why? No. He said, in the ghetto or not? And they said no, so he said, all right. And he went back. And they brought him again and allowed him the factory in the ghetto. And they said, but why do you want it in the ghetto? Why do you want it in the ghetto? He said, do you want to have beautifully done coats? The Jews are the best artisans. And I don't want my skins to be done by anybody, just anybody. I want them done by the people who know how to do a coat like this. You want it done beautifully? That's what I want. So that's it.
And your mother worked for him.
And my mother, Mrs. Wheat, arranged that when she went back to the ghetto, she needed to work. And he was a friend. They were friends. And she asked him, and he took my mother. My mother worked for him. And he was like Schindler. That's what he did. Looked after his people the best way he knew how. The best way he knew how. And not on one occasion did they come to take them away. And he said no. He took bales of skins under his arm and went to bribe. And was bribing them all the time. So that they should leave his people be. And they were there until the end. When he couldn't do anything anymore.
You mentioned he also helped your mom when your grandmother jumped out of the
Oh
window.
yeah, he sent the ambulance. He was marvelous, and of course he is righteous, because we after the war we met them, we saw them, we were friends, and his daughter was very friendly with my mother, was coming to stay with her in London, and so on and so on. They were lovely people. Very, very wonderful men. He did what he could for the people, what he could.
So after the fire in the ghetto, and after your grandmother has died, and your grandfather, then your mom joined you in the flat, and then there is 4 of you still in Frau Witt's flat. Was it crowded?
Of course.
Did you quarrel?
No. Nobody quarreled. No. The 4 of us slept on the floor in the kitchen. On the floor. 4 of us. And that's how it was.
And then tell me about that time when Sepp suddenly...
No, I can't tell you that now. It's too much. That really is beyond. I mean, That is totally beyond.
Can we then leave it here and
If you
start
wish.
from this?
If you wish, or whatever, but this is a chapter on its own, really. It's,
Okay.
terrible. Of course it was crowded. It wasn't a big apartment. We were not supposed to move, any of us, during the day. We were all in the kitchen, actually. We didn't stay in the rest of the apartment, I don't think so. There we were, cooped up. Shouldn't walk, couldn't move. I'll tell you a story when I was with her on my own. Still on my own. On one occasion, food was practically non-existent, so whatever rations she had, we had. And there was sometimes she had this and sometimes something else, and the potatoes. And I thought, okay, what should I make with the potatoes? Every day the same. And I thought, I'll make potato pancakes. All right, so I did the potato pancakes, prepared for her before she was coming, so she has that for dinner, and made the potato pancakes on the oven, on top of the oven, because I don't know whether we had nothing to know, we had no oil or anything like that, so I did it straight on the oven. And she loved the potato pancakes, wonderful, wonderful, and they were very nice. I think they were very nice and crispy, very nice. So what does she do? She goes to the office the following day, and they probably sit and talk to each other, these women. So what did you do? What did you do? And she never did anything. They almost left her out of the company because she went home and she lay on the couch. She did not socialize. She did not. So when it came to her, she said, I had a wonderful evening yesterday. I had tremendous, I had lovely supper. Oh, what did you have? I had potato pancakes. Potato pancakes? I said, who made you potato pancakes? So there she is. And suddenly she stood there. And she didn't say, I made them. She said, oh, my cleaner comes and she made me the potato pancakes. Oh, I said, they were delicious. She said, they were delicious. So you have to invite us for potato pancakes. She comes home and tells me this story. I said, now what did you do now? What did you do? Why did you have to tell them you had potato pancakes? Why did you have... Well, they asked me, so I had to tell them. So I said, so what are we going to do? She said, don't worry. She always said, don't worry. I said, it's not a question, don't worry. What will you do? They want to come and have potato pancakes. They'll forget all about it. I said, I don't know if they forget all about it, because it is something that you don't have every day nowadays. Not everybody has potatoes. Not that, it wasn't like that you suddenly have potatoes. So, don't worry, they will forget. The following day she came to the office. So when are we going for potato pancakes? She comes home. They want to come for potato pancakes. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, I don't know. They forget all about it. And so it went for a number of days. I said, you know something? We have to make potato pancakes, because it's going to be very suspicious. Why can't you invite them? You never invite anyone, and they'll wonder. They all lived, they had a social life, not she. I said, we'll have to make potato pancakes. Oh, how do you want to do that? I said, we have to do it. We'll do it like this. I'll be making potato pancakes in the kitchen, and you'll be coming and getting them and bringing them to them. Because, in those days, it wasn't like it is today. Today, people come and sit at the table, and then when they finish, come, I'll help you and take it to the kitchen, I'll help you. No, that wasn't like that. In those days, people who came to dinner, they sat and they were being served, and they never budged, they never went to the kitchen, they never went right. It wasn't like it. I'll be making it in the kitchen, the door is closed, you'll be coming collecting and bringing them back, and that's it, and that's how we'll do it. Finished. And you'll say that your maid, or whatever you call her whatever, that she is doing the potato pancakes. So comes a man and 2 women. And they go straight to the room and at the table. And I'm making these potato pancakes. You can imagine how I felt. I mean, that they should be all right, that they should work out on the making these potato pancakes. And she's placki ziemniaczane robiła. And she's coming and going and coming and going. Nobody comes to help, thank God, no. And bringing them about 5 at a time, 6 at a time, And then they want tea with lemon. I make tea with lemon. And she comes and gets the tea and goes there and forth. And so that was that. And then they're all over there and it's all done. So. And then I hear that a little bit commotion, they're leaving. Now, the kitchen door was here. This was the small corridor. This was the room that way. And they come. And this is the entrance door. Almost by the kitchen. Very close. The main entrance, the kitchen on the right, and the rooms on the left. So they're walking and they're talking and thanking and all that. And suddenly I hear this man, oh no, just a moment, I have to reward your maid for the potato pancakes. He says, in a normal voice, almost by the entrance door. When I hear that, I quickly into the cupboard, the scullery. And she stands by the door there and said, no, don't do that, no, I have to. They were very nice, she worked very hard, very nicely, very, gentleman, very, very elegant and fine. No, I must reward her. Please allow me to reward her. She says, no, she's terribly shy, she won't like it, she doesn't speak German, and she starts telling him, and he must have put her away from the door, opens the door, and there's nobody. And she, in the meantime, she didn't faint, I don't know. She stands there, there's nobody. So she said, you see, I told you, she's very shy, maybe she even left. When she leaves, I never hear when I have guests because she's so very quiet and shy. She doesn't speak any German, so, she must have gone. She must have gone while we were having supper. She must have gone. So he said, oh, never mind. Here, I'll put it on the table and tell her tomorrow, thank you for us. It was very nice, and give her this money. Okay,
Amazing.
Every single time I have potato pancakes, I see that scene. Every single time until now today. I hear him say, but I must reward her. They were so delicious. They were so good. We must allow me.
Quite a story.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Out of the blue, because the silly woman, she goes and says everything. she couldn't keep a thing to herself.